Hey everyone, welcome to the Transfer Chat Show with Mayan the Silverfox, KFC Dad, and Jack from The Final Whistle. This is part 1.
Hey everyone, my name is Silverfox. How are you doing? I hope you're keeping well. I hope you're keeping safe. I'm back, and as it transfer news, this is guest from The Final Whistle, Jack.
Hello everyone, this is Jack from The Final Whistle. Go and hit me up on Instagram at the official_The Final Whistle_. Go and hit me up on Twitter at the TF Whistle_. Go and follow me for everything football content.
Who's there? It's KFC Dad.
And KFC Dad is here as well, but I'm doing the videoing. So first of all, let's get into this. Who do we think is going to be leaving the club? Mayan.
I can see Choudhury will go, and so I don't think Mayan will go now. And also I can see Tony Pratt will go, and Soyuncu will go.
What do you-
Possible and Youri Tielemans. And Jack, what do you think?
What do you think, Jack?
I think for me, Dennis Pratt, obviously there's talk between Leicester and Torino regarding a deal there. Leicester after Gleeson Bremer from Torino, they prefer him to go to a Premier League club because the Premier League clubs are going to pay more money for him, which that's what they want. Maybe Leicester can sort out a deal for that and bring Bremer here because Leicester's in need of a centre-half. So I think he'll be a good addition, Gleeson Bremer. Soyuncu, on the other hand, Inter Milan. I've had talks with Leicester once again this week. So Soyuncu looks like outbound at this minute in time. His foot's out the door. Hamza Choudhury, West Brom are still interested in him. So that could be an interesting move. Would Hamza Choudhury want to move to the Championship? There's still reports of Everton being interested in Hamza Choudhury. You know where you'd want to pick, wouldn't you? You'd want to play in the Premier League. But I think it'd be a wage concern when it comes to Hamza.
I think he'll go to West Brom. Because Steve Bruce is the manager there, and he's been after him since he was at Newcastle. So I think that will probably be his destination. It might even be a loan for a year. Who knows?
And I'm sure, I can't wait. I'm buzzing about George Hurst. What are you going to do in the football? That he might be good for us. What do you think about that? Another option.
I think for me, George Hurst, he did well at Portsmouth, scored plenty of goals there. I think George Hurst is now going to take a step up on loan to the Championship, where Dewsbury Hall first started at Luton, where he got his game time, and look at the player he became. I mean, George Hurst, I think he could fulfil that sort of element in the Championship on loan for a season, and then I think he could be potentially a very good striker for Leicester the season after coming back. I mean, then we talk about Daniel Iverson. Where will he land up? Preston played him last season on loan, so he did well there successfully. I mean, Mayan, tell me about Daniel Iverson. Will he go out on loan? Or do you think, because Eldin Jakubovic has left the club now, do you think he'll be third choice at Leicester?
I think he will say that Leicester. Because Kovacic wants to go and try and give him a chance. What having Danny Ward did Watford, give him a chance.
Yeah.
And Europa League, or no play.
He's had plenty of loans, hasn't he? So it's probably about time
giving him chance.
to give him a chance, isn't it? And then there's of course talk of, probably not this season, of Casper leaving.
That's a tough one for Casper. I mean, club legend. He's got legendary status at the club, as we know. He's had a successful time at Leicester. A couple of days ago, it was his 11 years at Leicester City Football Club.
Yes, it was.
Signing from Leeds for £5 million shit. I mean, Casper would be a big miss for sure. I mean, he reportedly wanted to leave Leicester for European football, but how many European clubs now would put him as the number one, considering his age, the age of 36?
That's true, yeah.
What do you think?
I don't think it will go. No,
Not this season, maybe next season.
I think if we'll get if Leicester get Europa League next season, what he might say that chance. And also now we're looking for that player from Belgium, that Charles. What do you think? Now he's looking from the big clubs looking for him. What do you think?
Charles De Ketelaere, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't really know much about him from Club Brugge. I hear he can play in different positions. he can play as a central attacking midfielder, he can play up front. I mean, that's what you want in a player who can change positions when needed. If other players are like injured or something like that, you can then fill them in their positions. Charles De Ketelaere, he's Belgium international as well. And we know Dennis Pratt's at Belgium, Castagne's at Belgium, and so is Youri Tielemans. They all play for the same national team. So I guess that would be a massive boost if Youri Tielemans stays and Dennis Pratt and Timothy Castagne. I guess that'd help him bed in a bit more quicker than other players, because other players here, when they have brought them in like Pats and Dackers and that, they have really filled quite quickly as we wanted them to, due to not having that sort of player they know here who they played with before or for the same national team.
So what do you think about those fringe players? You know, the ones like Vestergaard, Perez, Bertrand. Do you think that they will go this summer, or do you think they still have a chance here?
I think for me, with Vestergaard and Bertrand was there for the experience. He came on a free, Leicester didn't have to spend the money. Bertrand came in because Arsenal weren't paying what Leicester would. Vestergaard, panic buy, because Fofana got injured against Villarreal in last season's pre-season. So I think that was a panic buy. We could have ended up paying 30 million for him, but we cut half the price down for 15 million. So, you know, it's a panic buy for me for Vestergaard. I feel that Vestergaard isn't that sort of player for me who's going to stay here this summer. I may be wrong.
If it's slow as well, and another thing, he's good in there, but he was good at rents. He blocked.
Yeah, we've seen glimpses of him being good, but I think he hasn't settled. Is a fair thing to say. He hasn't settled into the team, and no, personally, I don't think he'll be here next season. Then there is, what about Perez?
See, the thing is with me with Perez, I'm not his biggest supporter. I don't rate him.
I'm the opposite. I like Perez.
I don't rate him.
But he's a good sub, you know?
Sub.
He's a good sub.
I would have paid £30 million for him. I think Newcastle ripped us off. That went towards Sports Direct and all that. I think Perez, for me, he could be a good player at times if you play him in his natural position. But the thing with Leicester fans this season, it's been the confusion of where is Perez's damn position? Is it on the wing? Is it down the middle? Is it striker? Where do you play Perez? This is the question. What do you think, mate?
I think Perez is okay, but I get that he scored 2 goals against Southampton. Well done. He did well there. But
Against Napoli.
But I don't think we need another winger.
Yeah.
Like Lockman, when he put him into the gap.
Okay, so moving on to Lookman. Why haven't we not signed him yet?
Because it's money. I think it's the money. Not even when I got the money or something.
I think with me with Lookman, Brendan was if and but last season. I mean, the end of last season you could see that he wasn't using Lookman as much as he did when he first signed him. I think Lookman, he can be consistent and then he can be off the boil a little bit. But I think with Leicester, the reports are at the minute that Leicester's looking for a cheap deal of £14 million. So it could be a key of getting a transfer done, or you're going to miss out on him. I mean, Rennes are after him and so are Atalanta. So where could Lookman land up this summer? I mean, Leicester's the only one who's got the key to where Lookman is in the.
Well,
contract.
personally, I hope we do sign him because I think he's good. He's tenacious. He's aggressive, and you know. But you're right. Sometimes, some games he's not, and that's when he gets taken off.
Yeah. Back with Samari, he played okay last season, but he had COVID, but his flow went downhill. What do you think about it?
Samore suffered with personal problems. That's what affected his football. That's why he didn't feature as much as we expected him to. But for me, Boubakary Samore, I think he's a decent player inside of him. He just hasn't showed his potential under Brendan as of yet. But if he gets more of a time next season and they don't get rid of him...
Do you think he'll stay?
Yes, but then there's another man I want to talk about, Papi Mendy.
Yeah.
If Mendy goes to Galatasaray, which is being reported Galatasaray are interested in.
He's 30 years old now.
Samore could stay, so it fills that position.
He's 30 years old now, so if we do get money for him, then that would be good. I like Papi Mendy. Yeah, he's decent.
I've heard Mendy in Samari. I've heard Mendy because he's...
Yeah, but Samari is younger.
No, Papi Mendy make us go forward. He didn't make us go backwards, or he tackled ball, win the balls.
I think Samari, like Jack said, he just needs to knuckle down and
Needs to bed in.
In this next season. This was part 1. Look out for part 2 of the Transfer Chat Show with Mayan the Silver Fox, KFC Dad, and Jack from the Final Whistle.